Welcome back to the iAchilles channel, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about Barack Obama being down in on the Gulf Coast yesterday. He was in Alabama and he was giving a press conference, and he said the full might of the federal government is being mobilized right now. So this is like day 55, day 56, and Barack Obama's finally mobilizing the federal government. What took him so long? What took him so long? Private companies, private people, countries are offering help in the Gulf of Mexico to, suck the oil out of the water, to bring in booms, to bring in skimmer ships, to bring in tools that they've created themselves. Kevin Costner created a device that sucks oil out of the water. He invented it. And you would think that they'd say, really? Wow, that's wonderful. Throw that on a boat and get out there and start sucking oil. No. He get dragged up in front of Congress. He's been trying to get this thing in the water for what? A couple weeks now. He can't. Can't do it. They've got something called the Jones Act, which is preventing us from getting any help. And the administration is ignoring the Jones Act. Because the unions don't want them to lift the Jones Act, because if you lift the Jones Act, that's less money for the unions, less jobs for the unions, or something along those lines. I think there's enough oil out there to keep everybody busy. But it's about greed in the unions. And Barack Obama is a union man. SEIU, I mean, they're the ones that got him in there. So he's using politics. He's saying to the union people, obviously, okay, I'll leave the Jones Act in place because they haven't lifted it. They're not allowing other countries and private people to come in and help us on this. But yet, everybody keeps saying, well, what could he do? What could he do? I'm getting sick of hearing everybody say, what can the President of the United States do? It's not like he can go down there and plug the hole. He can lift the Jones Act. He can get as many ships out. He said, oh, we have 400-something ships out there in the Gulf of Mexico. I want 5,000 ships. I want as many ships as we can possibly get in there. I want to start sucking the oil out of the water. Don't you? I do. But Barack Obama and his regime is not interested in sucking the oil out of the water. They're interested in getting as much oil in that water as possible. Because Rahm Emanuel said it himself, you can't let a good crisis go to waste. So why not build a bigger crisis? Because pushing forth the cap and trade, and it's called the American Power Act, is going to take a catastrophic incident to push something that radical through. And this is what they're doing. They're creating a bigger mess by just watching it. He wants you to believe he was there on day one because the Coast Guard was there. The Coast Guard is always there and everyone knows it. The Coast Guard does not need an executive order or presidential permission to go out there and save lives and do what they can. They're there. They don't need permission. This government is creating this crisis because that's what they do. They create crisis. They created the financial crisis. They created the insurance crisis. They created the immigration crisis. And now this right here, they're using this, and they're creating a catastrophe by not allowing other countries and private people to come in and help us suck the oil that is already floating around out there. They're denying the fact that there's big plumes floating around out there. They're denying it, even though everybody's seen it on TV because the news media and people have went out and filmed it. And they're denying it. Why are they denying it? They want this crisis. It's just another way to push their radical agenda. To take more control over the free market. To take more control over this country and the people. This right here is going to create... come on, everybody. This is just unbelievable, isn't it? Isn't it unbelievable that he won't let these private people in? He won't let these countries come in with their ships that are designed to suck oil out of the water. He won't let them in. You've got to ask yourself why. I know why, but why don't you ask yourself why? Mother Teresa's birthday coming up. They asked the Empire State Building to, light up the Empire State Building in blue and white colors for Mother Teresa for her birthday. And they said they refused. I think it was, what, last year? The Empire State Building lit up red for the birthday of communism? But they can't light it up for Mother Teresa? Does anybody see a pattern here, a trend? Our government is becoming totalitarian. Our government is becoming communist. Our country, these people, who runs the Empire State Building that they wouldn't do that? I want to know who made these decisions. Doesn't anybody else want to know? The symbol of strength and productivity and manufacturing is the Empire State Building. Engineering is the Empire State Building. That's the symbol of America. One of the symbols of America. Industrial Revolution. And it lights up red for communism, but it can't light up for Mother Teresa? We've got to really take a hard look at what's going on in this country and wonder what we want. Where are we going with this? Is this what we want? Is this where we want to go? I don't think so. Congressman Bob Etheridge assaults a student who asked him a question. Said, "Hey, do you agree with the Obama agenda?" And he assaulted the kid right in public. I mean, this is where we're headed? This is how our representatives treat the constituents now. Strong-arming them. Pushing them around. Pushing forth bills against their will. God bless America.